Hello everyone, I am Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. So some days back, another homeschooling mama asked me to give her a tour of this homeschool room because homeschool room tours are very famous in YouTube or something. Even I did some homeschool room tours, but what I thought, like, rather than giving you just a tour of this room, I want to share the tips, the ideas which has worked for me in all these years to stay efficient, to stay sane, and still stay productive in homeschooling my kids. Because now you homeschool, you don't homeschool. Now in COVID, everyone is in the house, and considering even this house is not made for four people to live 24 cross 7 under the same roof. No, this house is not made for that. And so last 1 year, even before that, I have learned a lot of ideas from different people, different organization books and everything, which I want to share you all, so that you can make those small changes in maybe your room or your play area or your study room, which might help you to stay sane. It's more about sanity, honestly, rather than anything else. So I will not give you a homeschool room tour, but I will take you to different corners of this room to share, like, why this is kept like this, why this is kept like this, and just give you a glimpse of this room, and hopefully it will help you. So first of all, I am not an organization consultant. I am a very ordered person. It means that when I have chaos around me, I cannot process. Second thing, this room which you see is our living room, is our dining room, is our homeschool room. So how, because whatever room we had has been taken by my husband for his office work. So now this room is entire. We have our meals here. We have, so what is the benefit of having your dining room or one room as everything is the stuff does not stay cluttered for a long time. What means is, if we have to have lunch, the homeschool stuff or the playing stuff has to be picked up or cleaned. If we are done having lunch and we want to do homeschool, the lunch stuff has to be cleaned up. So that way this whole area stays, at least the floor stays clean. So that is a requirement. When you say, right, your kids could not cooperate in cleaning, I'm alone cleaning the house, this is a basic requirement for my husband, for me, and for my kids, that I want the floor to be empty all the time. One, when I'm walking, I don't like things touching me because it might be hurtful, be the Lego pieces or anything. And second thing, it is respectful for the things to be lying on the floor, because you don't leave things on the floor, you don't touch things with your feet. So that's a basic requirement. I've told my kids and my husband that if I see anything on the floor, it'll go to either trash bin or confiscated in the storeroom. So for the kids, it's toys. For my husband, if I see any clothes, anything on the floor, be it anything, I do not want anything on the floor. So if you see, my floor here would be empty all the time, unless people are here, including my kids are here, or I am here, we're eating food. So that's the first requirement of a homeschool room come living room plus dining room, whatever you say. So let's start with the most famous. I have lot of bookshelves, lots of bookshelves. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bookshelves in my house. So this one is the first one bookshelf which we have. This is a bookshelf which is mainly for my kids. This bookshelf is other books of, but this is what we use in and out day. Okay, other bookshelves, I'll tell you why they are bookshelves, but these are the books. So if you see, this side is are the chapter books, mainly for my elder one, because she's into chapter books now. All these are chapter books. There is not much organization thing, except I keep them little color coordinated, so that when what will do, ऐसे होगा, they will put मतलब फटने लग जाएंगी books. So even my little one, I'll say, I'll tell her to pick up the books from the floor, and she's like, I don't know where the book go. I said, it's a chapter book, look for the color. So this is like white and yellowish kind of books. They are sky blue and bluish kind of books. Focus, can you see? Yeah, so these are white, they are blue and greenish kind of books. These are yellow and whitish kind of books. And below is pink and purple. Pink and purple are two very special colors in our house, so they have pink in color kind of books. And now this is one bookshelf, which is the bookshelf of my elder one. So we have in this entire bookshelf which you see, there's one bookshelf, one slot of the bookshelf is only for my elder one, and another one is only for my younger one. What does it mean? So Again, we have so many books. Our kids read a lot of books, but the point is that I don't. There are some books which they go again and again and again. Okay, Harry Potter for one sake goes every single day, but there are books which are there which I don't know she likes, she doesn't like. What is in the story? Uh, you know. So I don't want to keep the books which she doesn't like, but it is hard for her to let the books go. So there's some books which she clearly says, I don't want these books, I don't like the stories there. But there's some books like, I like it, but yeah, nothing can be better than Harry Potter. So this is the bookshelf which she has. So here in the beginning of a month or whatever slot, I asked her to pick up 10 books. 10 books which she likes apart from Harry Potter, and she would read in that month. And after she reads every single book, either I'll do a book report with her or I'll just discuss the story with her, depending on what it is, or ask her what does she like about books, something like that. So this ensures me that she likes these books and books are being read. You know, this happened for me for a long time, that we have so many books, and but she'll read, I always see her reading only 1 or 2 books again and again and again. So I did not want that. So I have made one corner for her now, that these 10 books, it will go till I think May, June, till she finishes. But these 10 books, if I do not see her reading in the next 1 month or so, I will be donating these books. I'm very brutal in donation and decluttering, but I want to keep what is required, what we enjoy. So this is the way, because I don't read these books, my choice and my kids' choice of books is very different. So that's why these books are my kids' choice. I make sure she reads it, and then if she reads it and she enjoys it, anyways, it can go back to bookshelf and will be maybe picked up after a few months. But yeah, only the books which we like stay there. Rest all these books are also kind of color coordinated. They're all board books, because board books are difficult to get damaged. Paper books, like जब डलती हैं तो वो पता नहीं चलता है. So these are the board books. Again, they're a little color coordinated, especially for my younger one, so she knows where the books go. She can't we tried fiction, non-fiction kind of thing, she could not figure it out. Bookshelf, it will get messy, bookshelf will get messy, but at least after 2 months I don't have to clean up every second week or something. So fiction, non-fiction did not work. बट कलर वाइज इट वर्क्स फॉर मी, कि जैसे कोई हम कुछ डिस्कस करें, कोई बात निकली कि हाँ क्लाउड्स के बारे में कभी निकला, अच्छा सानवी वो एक बुक थी, तो अगर जब फिक्शन नॉन फिक्शन थी, आई विल लुक फॉर दैट बुक इन नॉन फिक्शन एरिया, बट दैट बुक वुड हैव बीन kept in a fiction area by my younger one, so I'll never be able to find the book. So what is the use of sorting? So when I know that the clouds book which I am thinking that we have has is a red color one or a black color one, then I'll definitely go to my black color area and look for that book here, right? So because I know that book can't be here, that book can't be here anywhere. So that's why color sorting works more for me, because I can't remember the author, I can't remember the color easily, and my younger one can put the books back easily. She doesn't read them, but she flips through them. So I can't blame her कि उसने क्यों डाली non-fiction में, उसको नहीं चलता पता अभी. So that's why all the board books here are color coordinated. So this is all mainly white area, this is bluish area, blackish area, this is bluish, and then we have greenish, all this. And again, if you go down, this is the bookshelf of my younger one. Again, she does not write, she doesn't read, but still after a month or so, even regularly when she's reading, I look कि हाँ वो she's liking these books. She also has a preference, she doesn't read like full, but she has a preference, and sometimes I just open it and discuss that book with her, or like that. It just ensures me that books are in rotation, kids are reading all the books, because we have a huge collection. So, and then below here, this one are the paper books, they are the magazines. We have this maths and science magazines like this. In Singapore we get that. So they got these, I think 2 or 3 sets of magazine for their birthdays last year. So we have one area of just science and maths magazines for them, which they really like. Some storybooks too. So that is one of the major areas of our house. That's a kids bookshelf. So next corner I will share in the next video, and hope it helps you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.